Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a really different video, but someone had requested it and then a couple of other people were like, yeah, I'd like to see that as well. So I thought I would do it and sit down and chat to you guys. One, it's going to be a very chatty video. Two, the title describes what it's going to be. So if you don't want to watch it, I would seriously click off because it will just bore you. But I'm going to talk about how I went freelance and became a makeup artist. Now this is something that loads of people want to do, and when you're little, it's like, not little, but like young, like teenage girls are sort of like, oh, I want to be a makeup artist and stuff like that. And this video is going to talk to you about how I did it and the reality of it, really, because it is not probably what you think it will be. So I'm just going to talk to you about what I did and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and it may even sound a bit negative, and it's not, because I love my job now and I'm so happy doing what I'm doing. In 2017 I'm so busy. Like my whole diary is crammed, so I'm really happy, but there are downsides to it. So first of all, what I did was I had a normal job. I worked in accounting and I worked my way up and I became a manager. That was when I was very first on YouTube. Some of you may have been subscribed to me then, and I was only on about 2,000 subscribers. I deleted my channel, I deleted all of my videos, and I wiped it for about 2 years. And then I came back on in 2015 maybe, I can't remember, but I had to wipe my channel because my job took over. I was working really long hours, I hated it, I hated my job, etc. My husband, who wasn't my husband at the time, he was my boyfriend, but we did live together and we were serious, we were engaged. He said to me, he knew how unhappy I was, and he said to me, if you're going to change career, you need to do it now, like before we get married, before we buy a house, all that stuff, because he said when we've got those kind of financial commitments, I can't support you. And he basically offered to wholeheartedly take on all our bills, our car bills, our phone bills, our house bills, so that I could quit my job and shit all money and retrain as something else, which I owe him everything for that, because I'm so much happier now. My life has changed so much in the last 3 years. For him to do that for me was a massive thing. So I quit my job in 2014, beginning of, no, it must have been 2013. No, beginning of 2014, I quit my job, and I retrained in, first of all, I actually retrained in hair and nails. I became a hairdresser and I became a nail technician. I've always loved nails, I've always done nails, I've always done nail art on myself, so nails was initially my thing, and then I started doing nails in a hair salon, and they offered to train me as an apprentice, and I have always thought about doing hairdressing, but I never thought I'd be able to do it because it's such a long course. And I thought that I wouldn't be able to earn the money, and it was just not a feasible thing to do. So I kind of wiped it off, but I wanted to do it at school and I never did. Anyway, that being said, I trained as a hairdresser and I loved it. Then I met the girl who did my wedding makeup. I met her in 2014. Makeup's always been a passion of mine, obviously, being on YouTube and stuff. I'm into makeup, always been into makeup, which is funny because I was never a girly girl as a kid, but makeup was something I always loved. And everyone would say I was good at it, but I never even considered makeup as a career, ever. I would have thought, oh, being a makeup artist would be amazing, but I never ever dreamed of actually training in it. I met the girl who did my wedding makeup, and she is one of the nicest women ever. And she is actually someone that I work with now. We're all self-employed. I work with a group of girls, and the lady that did my wedding makeup kind of runs that company with another lady. So I met her and I was talking to her about how she did it and all that kind of stuff, and she was saying, to be honest, yes, I've done the qualifications and that, but so much of it is what you like self-teach and stuff like that, and what you pick up from other people, and that kind of inspired me to think actually I could do it. So I went straight away and I found a makeup course that I could do within my time, that I could afford. I did have to pay for it, it was quite expensive, I had to buy all my own kit, and actually I don't think the course was that good. Honestly, deep down, what I've learned from YouTube and from self-teaching and playing around with makeup, I personally think was better than the course that I did. It was very basic, but it gave me the qualification. It allowed me to work as a makeup artist and be insured. That is a big deal. You need public liability insurance. This is all boring stuff, I know, but you need that. You can't, if you go to someone's house and you drop a bottle of foundation on their cream carpet, you're going to have to recarpet that. And that's going to have to come out of your insurance. You need insurance. If you give someone an allergic reaction, you need insurance, because things like that can happen. Touch wood, nothing super drastic has happened to me, but it can happen and you have to have insurance to cover that. If you don't have insurance, you can guarantee it's going to happen to you. So I did train, I did qualify and all that stuff. The next step is building up a clientele. Now for makeup, my biggest business is weddings. I do weddings back to back, like May to September. I don't have a weekend that hasn't got a wedding in it. It's crammed of weddings. So they aren't repeat clients. Someone gets married once usually. So that client, you need to do really well because you're relying on them telling their friends that you did it really well and recommending you. You're doing bridesmaids, they're recommending you, all that kind of stuff. And it took a long time for me to build up enough that people would go, you should go to Amy for makeup. Like, it takes a long time to get that reputation. And I feel like now I'm in a place where I don't have to advertise so much because people come to me through recommendation, which is so invaluable to me and I'm so grateful for that. But I've worked really hard to get to that stage. I didn't just, you know, have people streaming in through the door. Makeup was a sideline for a good 2 years before now I can say it's really taken over and makeup is probably my main income this year. But that's, yeah, taken a while to get there. So don't think that you're going to qualify as a makeup artist and just be doing makeup all day, every day and earn loads of money, because it doesn't work like that. You need to build up, you need a reputation, and you need people to be recommending you to people, because people don't have their makeup done on a daily basis. So that client probably isn't going to be a repeat customer. I mean, they might have their makeup done for like a party or something and come back to you, but you know, your main income is probably going to be things like weddings. So you need to do that makeup really well and that person to go away and go, my makeup artist was amazing, and recommend you to their friends. And that is where I think if you're passionate and you really care and you really want to do a good job, that is where you will reap the benefits. The other thing to consider if you want to become a makeup artist is your kit. Kit is expensive. Makeup is expensive. Brushes are expensive. I took a while to build up a completely separate kit to what I use for myself. I do switch my kit out, but things like I have a whole different set of brushes. Brushes are pricey. A good set of brushes, you're looking at £100+ easy. I've got about 30 kit brushes, which I keep. Obviously they've got to be washed all the time. It's a constant thing. And then the more you wash them, the more likely they are to shed. And obviously you have to replace them and stuff. So you've got to consider that as well. And that kit is expensive. And for a long time, it was like, I'll take my makeup out and then I was using separate brushes. Brushes is the most important thing, I think, because of hygiene. You don't want to be using your brushes on everybody, spot cleaning them as you go and that. But I would say brushes is your main thing, and then your kit, I mean, you can use your makeup, but it is, trust me, a pain in the arse if every time you want to do your makeup, you've got to go to your kit box, get your makeup out. Kit boxes are expensive, all that stuff. I guess what I'm trying to say is, becoming a makeup artist isn't a case of, I want to be a makeup artist. Okay, there you go, you're going to work on TV and have loads of money and blah, 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 blah. And it takes really hard work, and I think some people may think of it as like a cop-out career, and it really isn't. To make it your career, you've got to work your nuts off. Advertising as well, mega important. You need to push yourself. I did wedding fairs. I advertise on, you can pay to advertise on Facebook and have your posts shared. I paid to do wedding fairs, standing at exhibitions, all that kind of stuff. All of it is about getting your name out there, getting yourself out there, and you need to work hard enough to maintain your reputation, because if you do a bad job, bad word spreads fast, and you don't want that said about you. You want to know that people are saying she's reliable, she's good, she's, you know, reasonably priced, all that stuff. You need to consider all of the things that people would say about you when you're not there. That's important. That's the things that's going to sell you as a makeup artist. And it does take a long time to build up and for people to sort of share your work and things. So bear that in mind if it's a career that you want to take on. But honestly, if you've got the commitment and the drive to do it and you're prepared to work hard, it is the most rewarding, amazing career. I'm like slamming it, aren't I, and saying it's such hard work and you earn no money for a long time and it takes years to build up and all that stuff, which is true. And I just don't want to sugarcoat it and make you think that it's like the easiest job in the world. But once you've got that and you've got a good career in it, it is the nicest job ever. I love it. I love meeting all the brides. I love being there on someone's big day. It's an emotional day for people. I got married, so I know I know that feeling, and I know what they're feeling when they're like waiting for their day, and it's just so lovely to be there, and the joy that people feel, and all families close together, and it's just such a lovely place to be at someone's wedding morning, and it's such a personal thing for them to invite you to be a part of. So you need to have a bond with that person as well, and it sounds silly, you don't think about that side of the job, but it's such a lush experience, like being at somebody's wedding morning and helping them get ready and making them look beautiful, and then they look in the mirror and they feel fantastic. It's such a lush feeling to think I've made her feel really good about herself, because we're in a world now where people slam each other all the time, online, in real life, whatever. There's so many bitchy girls about and so much hatred, like especially online. YouTube is the worst place for it. People slamming, you're wearing too much highlight, you've not done this right, you've not done that right. And to be in a career where you're making women feel good about themselves and highlighting what they've got and making them feel amazing and look amazing, it's such a nice career to have, because you go away feeling like, oh, I've made her feel really good about herself. And that's another part of it that I absolutely love. Not just thinking that makeup looks bomb, but how it makes people feel. And makeup isn't about hiding what you've got, it's about accentuating what you've got, and it can make you feel so amazing to look nice. And that's a lovely thing to give to people, especially women who don't do their makeup themselves or don't know how to do it themselves. To be able to show them how their features can look is just a lush feeling, and I really, really love it. And honestly, if you've got the drive and the determination, and obviously you need to care about doing a good job, you can make a career out of it, and it is a really lovely career to have. It's hard work and it's long hours, don't get me wrong. Like Halloween night, I'll work till 10 o'clock at night and I won't get to go out because I'm too busy getting everyone else ready. And New Year's Eve is the same, Christmas Eve is the same. Okay, I choose to work them, but they're some of my busiest nights of the year. I'm not going to turn them down. So you do need to commit to maybe some unsociable hours, early mornings for weddings. I could be at a wedding at 6 o'clock in the morning, which means I'm up at 5. So you need to commit to that. But if you've got that in you and you've got that drive, honestly, it is one of the most rewarding, lovely careers to have. I love what I do. I have the freedom to still have a life with my husband and with my horses and stuff. It works around my life. I can work as much or as little as I want. I mean, obviously, if I don't work, I don't get paid. But if I work really, really hard through the summer, I can take a bit more time off in the winter. And it's just such a lovely place to be in, the position I'm in now. So I do recommend it, but you need to be prepared to work hard, really commit yourself to it, and really care about doing a good job, and you will be able to make a career out of it. But my recommendations would be, get the qualifications, get the insurance, so that if people say, are you insured? You can go, yeah, I'm qualified here, I'm insured with this company. You need that because it's more professional. Get yourself some business cards done up and really push yourself. Advertise, do wedding fairs, do exhibitions, search for wedding venues, see if you can leave your cards there, all that kind of stuff. You need to push yourself and you need to work really hard, because until you do that, stuff isn't just going to pour into you, and you aren't just going to suddenly become this super busy makeup artist getting everybody ready and looking glam, because it doesn't work like that. You do need to work hard. It's not as easy as you may think, but it is such a lush career. If you have any questions about becoming a freelance makeup artist that I haven't kind of covered, then pop them in the comments down below, because I wasn't really sure how to film this. I sort of wanted to talk about how I did it and you know, pros and cons of it and all that kind of stuff. But if there's anything really specific you want to ask me, do put it in the comments and I'll try and answer it for you. I will keep checking back. But I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful, if it's the kind of thing that you wanted to see. Any requests, as always, pop them in the comments down below and I will try and get around to filming them for you all. And until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.